This is the fight the boxing world has been waiting for. Two champions, two legacies, one collision. On one side, Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican icon, a relentless force with granite defense, crushing body shots, and the aura of a man who has ruled the sport for more than a decade. On the other side, Terrence "Bud" Crawford, the pound-for-pound genius, a switch hitter with timing, angles, and an unmatched ability to adapt in any moment. This is power versus skill, fire versus size, the immovable versus the unstoppable. Every step Canelo takes forward carries the weight of history. Every move Crawford makes is a calculation designed to break his opponent apart. Fans are divided, analysts are split, and the debate never ends. But to understand how these warriors match up, we have to look closer at their most recent battles, the performances that show exactly who they are today. Stay locked in, because what you see next may change your pick forever. Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull, an undefeated Cuban super middleweight, known more for his disciplined fundamentals than explosive power. Skull entered the ring with a reputation as a volume puncher, a fighter who relied on movement, a busy jab, and durability to survive against bigger names. While not a global superstar, his undefeated record gave him credibility as a challenger, and many wondered if his awkward rhythm could frustrate Canelo. The fight took place on August 3rd, 2024, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, at the Kingdom Arena, a venue that has quickly become one of the most important stages for major boxing events. Canelo's walkout was classic and commanding. Slow steps, a focused gaze, and music that echoed with national pride, draped in the Mexican flag colors. In contrast, Skull entered with a quieter confidence, calm and measured, clearly intent on showing that the occasion wouldn't overwhelm him. From the opening bell, Canelo set the tone by occupying center ring. He stalked with his trademark patience, cutting off space and forcing Skull to circle. The Cuban challenger threw frequent jabs and combinations to keep distance, but most lacked the snap to trouble Canelo. Early rounds followed a familiar pattern, Skull moving, flicking shots, and Canelo applying subtle pressure, edging closer each time. Canelo's defense was sharp. He slipped punches with head movement, catching jabs on his gloves, and occasionally countering with sharp hooks to the body. By the middle rounds, it was clear the fight was more of a tactical chess match than a war. Canelo rarely overextended, throwing single power shots rather than wild flurries. Skull, to his credit, stayed disciplined. He never panicked, kept circling, and landed occasional straight lefts that scored but did little damage. Still, the output remained unusually low for a 12-round contest. According to CompuBox, both men combined for just 445 punches thrown, one of the lowest totals ever recorded in a championship bout. The statistics reflected what fans saw, a controlled, almost cautious contest with bursts of quality rather than sustained action. The championship rounds highlighted Canelo's experience. In round 11, followed by a left hook to the body that forced Skull back. The crowd erupted, sensing a possible breakthrough, but Skull survived and continued circling. Round 12 was all about assurance. Canelo pressed with measured aggression, landed the cleaner shots, and left no doubt for the judges. When the final bell rang, the scorecards told the story. A unanimous decision for Canelo Alvarez. He didn't chase a knockout, but he demonstrated complete control, winning rounds through accuracy, composure, and ring generalship. Critics noted the fight lacked drama, with little danger or sustained exchanges, yet it underlined Canelo's ability to dictate pace and take the safest path to victory. For supporters, it proved once again that even when not spectacular, Canelo is nearly impossible to outthink or outbox. For detractors, it raised the question, has Canelo's style become too cautious? And could that caution play into the hands of a tactical genius like Terrence Crawford? Terrence Crawford versus Israil Madrimov. Israil Madrimov, the undefeated Uzbek champion who had claimed the WBA super welterweight title. Madrimov was known for his relentless pressure, awkward rhythm, and raw physical strength, a fighter who thrived on smothering his rivals and forcing exchanges. Coming in with an Olympic pedigree and an unbeaten record, he represented the kind of dangerous challenger that could test Crawford's adaptability at a higher weight class. The fight took place on August 3rd, 2024 in Los Angeles, California at the BMO Stadium, drawing a packed crowd eager to see whether Crawford's dominance would continue after his historic victory over Errol Spence. Crawford's walkout was calm but intense, his eyes locked forward as he entered with his signature confidence. No wasted gestures, embodying the aura of a man who believes he cannot be beaten. Madrimov's walkout was fiery and defiant, full of energy, backed by Uzbek fans waving flags and chanting. From the opening bell, the clash of styles was evident. Madrimov pressed forward immediately, throwing heavy combinations and forcing Crawford to backpedal. His unpredictability and volume troubled Crawford in the early rounds, with Madrimov sneaking in looping hooks and straight shots that scored cleanly. By round 2, Crawford had already switched to southpaw, looking to measure distance and neutralize the pressure. Still, Madrimov's output and aggression kept him competitive, and the fight had a frenetic pace uncommon for Crawford's usual slow starts. In the middle rounds, Crawford began adjusting. His jab from the southpaw stance started finding Madrimov's face repeatedly, disrupting rhythm. In round 5, Crawford landed a sharp counter left hand that momentarily stunned Madrimov, a signal that he had begun reading the timing. By round 7, the tide was shifting. Crawford was no longer retreating. Instead, he was stepping inside exchanges, slipping just enough to land crisp hooks and uppercuts. Madrimov continued to fire back, showing a granite chin and fierce determination, but his accuracy dropped as Crawford's counters became sharper. The fight's defining moment came in round 8. Crawford unleashed a vicious straight left, followed by a right hook that sent Madrimov stumbling back to the ropes. The crowd erupted. Crawford swarmed with precision, landing clean combinations, but Madrimov's toughness kept him upright. Still, the momentum had swung decisively. Rounds 9 and 10, Crawford dominated with angles, stepping around Madrimov's rushes and punishing him with counters. Each missed punch from the Uzbek was met with 2 clean shots in return. In round 11, he nearly closed the show with a left uppercut that rocked Madrimov, but once again the challenger's heart carried him through. Round 12 was controlled brilliance, Crawford moving, picking shots, and leaving no doubt. When the final bell rang, the scorecards reflected Crawford's dominance, a unanimous decision victory, and another line on his undefeated record. What made this performance so telling was not just the win, but the way Crawford handled a young, unbeaten, physically imposing champion. He showed once again that he can solve any puzzle, no matter the size, style, or pressure of the man in front of him. Now that we've broken down Canelo's and Crawford's latest fights, the question remains, who truly dominates when power meets precision? Canelo showcased controlled aggression, experience, and the ability to dictate pace. Yet his approach was cautious, leaving some moments of excitement untapped. Crawford, on the other hand, displayed elite adaptability, lightning-fast adjustments, and surgical execution, proving why he is considered pound-for-pound brilliance. Fans and analysts alike can debate endlessly, but one thing is clear. These two fighters represent the pinnacle of skill, strategy, and boxing IQ. Now it's your turn. Drop your pick in the comments. Who would you crown as the ultimate champion? Leave a one-line reasoning, join the conversation, and tag a friend who loves boxing. Every angle matters. Every opinion counts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell